In this video, I'm going to show you how I manage my own credit score using a tool called ScoreMaster and how you can use it as well to simulate your credit score and see how many points you could add to your credit score, especially if you're not ready to buy a house right now. Maybe you're looking at buying 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year from now. It's really helpful to increase your credit score because when your credit score does increase, your interest rate is going to be better when you do look at getting a home. Now, what's really cool about ScoreMaster is they did reach out to me and they're offering a 7-day trial. The link is in the description if you want to explore that along here with me. Okay, so I want to walk you through how to use ScoreMaster. Again, the 7-day trial is in the description here. So there's 3 main tools. We have ScoreTracker. So this is going to show us obviously how our score changes over time, which is really important to see. How does your payment history then impact? Is your score going up? Is it going down? Is it staying the same? Also ScoreBuilder. So what we can do is take actions here with the creditors to change possibly the points on our credit score. And then ScoreBoost, so we can see any payments that we can make or spending and how that affects our credit score. So we can see here the simulated amount of points that could be added to our credit score with these changes. Now I'll get to those here in just a second. We also have a smart credit report here. Shows us kind of like a grade school report card. And we can take a look in here. I like that you can see all of the inquiries, public records as well. And this is just a sample account. This is not my my account. I thought about using my own account, but it would give away too much like personal information and then somebody could steal my identity. Which brings me to another point. What's really nice about ScoreMaster is they do offer $1 million of identity fraud insurance. However, I'm still not wanting to just go give out my information. Please don't just go give out your information, even if you have that insurance. So first, ScoreTracker. This is really important because people often are wondering, how does the momentum of their credit score change? That's one of the most important things when buying your home, because a mortgage lender is going to pull a slightly different credit score than is available to you from any soft pull credit site, because ScoreMaster is not going to impact your credit score when you're looking at it here or taking any actions. So what you want to see then with your spending habits is the momentum of your credit score. Is it increasing or is it decreasing depending on your different spending habits or new accounts that you open, payment history, things like that. So it's really nice to be able to see what's the momentum here. Obviously, we want our credit score to be going up, and if it's already high, we want it to stay high. Okay, so next what we want to do is take a look at what ways could we actually build onto the score. So let's click Take Action Now. So you see in this ScoreBuilder, it kind of guides us through a game plan to get to better credit. So I'm going to click Continue. I'm not going to watch through the video here, but it's showing us our starting score along with what our goal score could be by taking action on some of the negative accounts that we may have. So I can click Review Current, and this walks us through kind of just a general info about how credit works, how that score is put together, and then also what's helping your score. What are the accounts in here that are actually keeping your score high or keeping it where it's at? So we can see everything that we've done right. That's fantastic. Now we want to see what's actually hurting our score and its impact that it has on our credit score. So we can see in here 2 30-day lates. We can see there's some late history here, late history, late history, late history. These are all having an impact on the credit score. However, it is low, and we can explore if there's options that we could take or actions that we could take to reduce the impact on our credit report. So we can click Let's Keep Going. This then shows us the different actions that we could take. Things like fixing credit reporting errors, getting a goodwill correction, paying off or negotiating debts, and then removing identity theft if any of these apply. If none of these apply, then these aren't actions that we're going to take. But if they do apply, we can take the action right in here without actually having to directly negotiate or talk with a creditor. So what we can do is click Let's Take Action. So for instance, let's say on this Citibank account, it's going to show us here are the problem accounts. We can kind of scroll through these different cards here. And let's take a look at this one first. So when we look at the history, we can then start to say, is there something that we could do with this account? In this instance, let's say that there was an error. Let's say that this was an error here in the reporting of our history. We can either explore more about this, watch a video, or fix the error. So in here, we can say maybe I was never late on this account. You can explain more in detail here. Click next, and then confirm mail delivery. This is a test account, so it's not going to actually send anything out here, but we can read through this really quickly, and then it will mail out to the creditor with that dispute here. Okay. So then what we can also do, we can go through those other accounts. Then we can look at ScoreBoost. So in ScoreBoost, what I really like about this is very similar to a simulator that loan officers have access to be able to see if you took a certain amount of money to pay down your debts, how much could that change your credit score? So for instance, what you do with this slider is put in how much you'd be comfortable spending to impact your credit score. So for instance, let's say that we had $2,000 extra that we were like, okay, we want to pay down some debts to boost our credit score. So $2,000 here would add 15 points estimated to our credit score, going from where we were at, which was a 639, up to a 654. So you can use this here when you're starting to look at different loans, right? The minimum for a conventional loan is 620. It's really good with a conventional loan to have a 680 and higher. So I could actually explore looking at, to get to a 680 range, I would need 41 points, and I need to pay about $5,700 on my debts. So now that we see we can pay $5,700, pay down our debts $5,700 to get us to a 680, it's now going to show us the points that it could add to our credit score, in how much time, with how much money, and when we need to pay that on. So for instance, the Capital One account that we have in this test scenario could add 35 points to our credit score in 4 days if we pay $4,800, and we need to pay that by the 11th. So that would be by tomorrow, okay? And if that doesn't work, by the time the 11th rolls out, it will come up with a new game plan for you as well, okay? We can see this with all of the other accounts as well, and then what accounts don't meet that criteria. Now, the opposite is true. If you're in that spot where you're like, man, I'm actually needing to increase my debt a little bit, maybe I need to put something on a credit card, how much is that going to impact me? So I can see, let's say I needed to spend, let's say $2,000, okay? If I put that onto my cards, that could reduce my credit score by 20 points, okay? So that's something really big that we need to keep in mind. This tool is extremely helpful if you're in that spot where you're saying, I really need a little bit more to my credit score so that you can qualify for a loan at a better interest rate or with better terms, or just qualify easier. Okay, so just a quick wrap up in here. We have the ScoreTracker to see the momentum of our score, the ScoreBuilder to see what actions we can take with any inaccurate or unfavorable remarks in our credit report. Also the ScoreBoost to see any payments or spending and how that affects your credit score. We also have the credit report, smart credit report in here. So you get unlimited of these. You get one credit report that shows all 3 bureaus once a month. So Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. There's also a money manager I won't get into here, and the fraud insurance as well. So this is what I use to manage my credit score. I also get alerts through ScoreMaster to see if there's any inquiries or anything that I need to take action on with my credit report. So if you want to get a 7-day trial, the link is in the description. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.